Ubisoft's attempt at creating an Assassin's Creed game based in feudal Japan injected with DEI as Yasuke for the main character has turned into a comedy of errors. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And I feel like people could just create entire YouTube channels based around mocking Ubisoft for how they're portraying feudal Japan because they can't get anything right. It's a bunch of white people trying to inject black people into Japanese culture, while also trying to rewrite history, go over the entire Wikipedia, brush it over, completely change it all to make sure that it fits the narrative that they're creating so that people can't get mad at them. I couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. And all the things that have transpired up to this point, you'd feel like Ubisoft would have gotten to a point where they can't keep screwing this up, can they? Like, there's got to be a limit that a game company gets to where they're just like, all right, no, we're going to pause this and make sure we get it right. We don't want to offend Japanese people. We don't want to offend gaming culture. We don't want to do any disservice to history. We want to make sure we get this right. No, this is Ubisoft we're talking about. They're going to do the complete opposite. And this latest transgression is just so beyond ridiculous that I can't even wrap my head around it. Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed France account posted, "Katana and Yasuke mask by Pure Arts Limited, or even artwork from the game. Our Ubisoft stand at Japan Expo offers you an immersive experience. We'll immerse you in the spirit of the game with us Sunday, July 14th. But there's one problem here. The katana is not an original piece. If anything, it's either purchased directly from Amazon or what they created was based directly off of what is already available there, because this is the same exact katana from One Piece." Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full article breaking down how Ubisoft just can't seem to do anything right when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadows. In this episode, we're going to talk about not just how they are trying to portray the samurai sword that they're using, the katana blade, as the original piece coming from Assassin's Creed Shadows, when it actually is coming from One Piece, but in addition to that, they also have a porcelain doll of a Japanese lady playing a flute that you can just buy off Amazon right now. It's a very generic piece, nothing unique or special about it. This is something that Ubisoft is just not giving any effort or care about. They're not putting any passion into this. They're literally buying things off an assembly line and putting them in an expo and saying, look at how amazing our game is. Look at this great stuff we have, even though we're stealing it from other brands. Ubisoft's latest entry in the Assassin's Creed series, Assassin's Creed Shadow, has been mired in controversy from Jump Street. But with each passing day, it feels like more and new ridiculous controversies get exposed. The game supposedly takes players on a fantasy version of feudal Japan, initially drawing some excitement from hardcore Assassin's Creed fans. Soon face backlash over various issues. The first and foremost being the most obvious of making Yasuke the main protagonist of the story. Like, yes, I guess you could choose between a black lead character or a woman as your choices for feudal Japan. And you're going to try to tell me that, no, DEI had nothing to do with this. None whatsoever. No, of course they wouldn't do diversity, equity, and inclusion with a team full of white women with colored hair, and knowing that Kim Belair used to work at Ubisoft and they've partnered with Sweet Baby Inc. in the past, that they would have no need to make sure that they inject DEI every step of the way. You have got to be kidding me. When it comes to this game, it is not just an embarrassment for Ubisoft, but I would almost argue that this is almost a straight up slap in the face to people in Japan and how they portray the culture. And none of this even gets to talking about how putting a DEI injected black person as a samurai, quote unquote, into this game, beheading Japanese people, is just so abhorrently out of touch with reality that I just even can't with this. This is crazy. This is absolute insanity. It then faced criticisms for alterations to the Wikipedia entries, which I covered in a previous video. Then they got accused for stealing a banner from a Japanese group without permission, which they later acknowledged and apologized for. And all of this has led to Japanese gamers getting pretty pissed off, and a petition on change.org created to halt the game's release that's approaching 100,000 signatures. I mean, we're close to 85,000 at the time of this publication. A move that has gained enough momentum to now attract governmental scrutiny from Japan, meaning that the Japanese government is looking at this game saying, whoa, what the hell are you trying to portray us as? What's going on here? Why are you trying to rewrite history to fulfill a DEI agenda-filled narrative that you guys are trying to push on gamers around the world? Now Ubisoft has been accused of using a katana design strikingly similar to one featured in One Piece. They also show a generic Japanese woman porcelain doll, one that can easily be found and purchased on Amazon.com, and they're talking about how these are unique pieces for their Japanese Expo to portray Assassin's Creed Shadows. And instead of having original pieces made for it, they are straight up stealing designs from other areas and other shows, just like they did with the banner previously, and putting it on display at the Expo and putting a Assassin's Creed logo behind it like it's theirs. This is so absurdly ridiculous that I have to get to the point of thinking that Ubisoft is holier than thou. You listen to us because we are the figures of authority and they can do no wrong. And they've been so in their bubble when it comes to DEI that they're confused when reality hits them and says, what the hell do you think you guys are doing? This is not okay. But let's talk more about this katana blade that they're using that supposedly symbolizes Assassin's Creed Shadows and how it's not stealing it straight up from One Piece. Aozora System on Twitter said, wow, doesn't it look exactly like the sword of Rorozoro, a character from One Piece Magna? Do you have permission from Shushia to use the design? And Dreamplace said, it says One Piece Zoro. It comes with a stand. I think Assassin's Creed is hopelessly out of luck. And Sachiko Libra said, the characters written on the base of the sword are from the esoteric Buddhism, a branch of Buddhism. Why is Yasuke, a black man who is not a Buddhist, following Buddhist beliefs? This is exactly the problem with DEI. It breeds laziness. They're trying to check boxes, and instead of getting into the actual Japanese culture to make sure things are right, they start just purchasing random things with random Japanese wording and verbiage on them and saying, hey, yeah, that's Japanese. And there's going to be a katana on it. So sure, no one's going to ask questions about what it actually says because who cares? We're checking boxes. We're making sure that we are representing the Japanese culture to people that don't really know about it, nor will they ever do any research to care about it. So who cares if we get it right or not? We're just checking boxes. We are DEI drones, which goes to show that Ubisoft does not care about any of this. They literally just have a DEI injected game that they want to shove out there to the masses and have people consume it because it has the Assassin's Creed logo on it, instead of doing justice to feudal Japan and giving the proper efforts it takes to make original pieces. They're just stealing them from everywhere else, putting them into the game and into the expos and showing everyone these things and saying, just consume. Stop asking questions. Madam Savvy on Twitter put it best, saying, the cultural vandalism is tragically hilarious. Imagine buying random stuff from Amazon for an official display and not checking the meaning of any of it. How lazy are you people? The cultural appropriation and colonization is insane from a company claiming to care about representation and DEI. Thank you for proving how hollow you lot really are, as if we needed more proof. And it feels like almost daily, like I said, that this game has a new controversy attached to it. Not that Ubisoft cares, because they just plow forward anyways with their agenda in mind and acting like they're not doing anything wrong, and it's us, the consumers, that are the ones that have this all wrong. It couldn't possibly be the holier-than-thou DEI-injected nightmare of a company of Ubisoft making any mistakes. No, because what they say goes, and if they're wrong about it, they just go to Wikipedia and make sure it gets changed to fit the narrative that they're pushing in the first place. That right there is exactly the issue with all of this. Those are my thoughts and feelings on this crazy situation of straight up stealing a one-piece katana and playing it off like it's their own as part of Assassin's Creed Shadows. You couldn't make this up if you tried. It's absolutely bonkers to me. If you guys want more information or links, screenshots, references, everything I talked about in this video, check out smashjt.com for the article related to this. I will link it in the description below. If you guys appreciate what I'm doing, hit that join button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
I would like to say a big thank you.
Smash it,